Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another fire episode and interview. We have one of the best athletes up and coming right now, hailing out of India, Amit Agre, also known as the academic physique himself. Let's give it up, baby.
Let's go,
brother.
Let's go. Let's get it done. Let's go.
And I'm beautifully joined with my amazing host, hailing out of Melbourne, Australia, our boy Phil Naselli, A-Bomb, the Australian voice of men's physique. Let's go, baby.
Let's go, Phil.
What's going on, boys? Amit, bro. Wrapped to have you on here. We know you're doing the tour of America at the moment. Some very, very impressive, couple of shows that you've done. I can't wait to dive into the future shows that you've got moving forward, man. Looking forward to this one.
Yes, sir.
And out of Thailand, you know him as McGravy. You know him as the heartbeat of men's physique. We know him as the culture of men's physique. Our boy, Hart McGrath. Let's go, baby.
Let's
go. Come on. Excited to be here. Let's go.
And your boy out of Hotlanta, Georgia, that is. The Gaffer, Aline Bolton. Happy to be here. Man, we got to admit, brother, I've seen you 2 weeks in a row, and what an impressive change you've made to your physique in just a week. Can't wait to get into this. Let's dive into it. Hart, what you got for him?
Amit, my brother, holy crap. From talking to you or talking about you on YouTube for the last, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, actually having you in person, to seeing what you're doing right now in the States, the most competitive men's physique league, obviously the best go to the States and compete. You're right there with them. I mean, you are battling it out with the best in the world, with 8th in the world, Emmanuel Hunter, who's got 4th in the world. I mean, you're right there. You have an awesome show this weekend down in Utah. Super excited. But I want to bring it back, and I'm going to steal Avomp's type of question here. Avomp, Amit, is Phil Naselli, the Australian voice of men's physique. My question to you, and I want you to try and, really walk us back in time and build this story for us. But what was the moment for you where you thought, man, I could actually go pro with this?
So back in 2023, I started my very first professional men physique thing as amateur. So 2023, I stepped on the stage, but I have no idea what pro card is, honestly. I just knew there's a show, there's a bodybuilding show, there's a men's physique show. And men physique was I got to know just because of Jeremy Potu and Jeremy Bundia. I used to watch this and I felt like this is something I can do, because beyond the bodybuilding thing is not in India at that time. And I thought I can give it a try. So 2023, I started my amateur thing. I got 6th in my category and I couldn't take that. And I don't know, I would think I couldn't see myself, consider myself an average athlete or something. If I'm doing something, I have to make sure I have to give my 100%. So 2024, I did my proper prep, properly a bodybuilding how should have been done. And I went for my pro qualifiers, got my pro card on the same day, jumped in a pro show, beaten and won the pro show. And it was against Alex Toplin. It was his first time, and it was my first ever pro show on the same day. And eventually the things I wanted. And it was something now this is how to do all my life. And this game has given me everything, bro. Honestly, this is, for most of the people, it's just a sport. But for me, this is everything. I've heard a lot of people said that there's a life beyond the show, there's a life beyond the game. But for me, this is life. And I can't imagine my life without this game. Even if I'll be brutally honest with you guys, if this game took me away, my life, I'm really happy with it, because whatever I have in my life, whatever the things I've earned, the respect and the love and financially everything, the name, right now I'm sitting in front of you, expressing myself, people know my name, people might know me, few of them. This is because of the game, and I'm grateful for this opportunity. And I the kind of a background I came from, this is really hard to be here and to do what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I'm grateful.
I love that, man, because not many people know the story behind you, and I'm glad that you were able to obviously express the fact that you did your pro qualifier, and on that same day that you got your pro card, you came out of the gates and you won your first ever pro show. We spoke to Tyler Smith a couple of weeks back, and he summed it up perfectly. A lot of people, they go into this pro league and it's a different kettle of fish. Some people go into the pro league and they may never win a show ever again. You've been able to do it on your first ever attempt. Run us back to that moment. I mean, up against Alex Toplin. Obviously back then, I think he would have qualified for the Yo back those days. So you beat an Olympian on the day. The moment your name was called, you took that first place. That first place medal. What was going through your head at the time?
It was blackout for a while. I thought I was watching a dream or something, because obviously when you are amateur, you can't even think of going to the pro show that day and gonna defeat someone who's all been to the Olympic a couple of times. Most of the people were comparing the current pros that were competing. So they have their own battle, like he gonna win, he gonna have a battle. And most of the people thought, because when someone from different country come to the India and have a reputation of being an Olympian and won a couple of shows, big shows, coming to the India, they have a right thing, like, okay, he's going to win. But for me, I have decided if I'm going to the pro show, I have to make sure I have to stand next to Alex. That's it. I have to stand in left or the right, but I have to make sure I have to be in a top 3 no matter what. So that was the idea, and that was the only thing I have to be at the top 3 so that I can see myself where I can work in the future. But the time, somehow I just got my pick hit that day. I was start getting more harder and grainier because I was competing since morning. And eventually, man, I was like, is it a dream or something? The time my hand got lifted up and people announced it, like, you're the winner, you're the pro, you're going to the Olympia. Like, it was like, okay, this is a dream. And it took me 2 days to realize, okay, this is something happened. Okay. It was imaginary. It was a dream pro show, dream debut kind of a thing. But that was a good thing. Great.
I don't know if there's a better story to set up someone moving into the pro division, like winning your pro card that day, and a few hours later winning a pro show against Alex Toplin and qualifying for the Olympia. That I can only imagine the joy and the excitement that you had balled up inside of you. But you've taken that energy and you qualified again the following year for the Olympia. A lot of people don't realize that you're actually a 2-time qualifying Olympian. What happened? And if you don't mind going into, I know we talked about it on the show a little bit that you had some visa issues, but what happened? Why weren't you able to make it?
So it's really long process to apply the visa. We have to apply like 6 months prior for the visa, and then again we have to. I have to go for the interview. Then you have to let officer tell you about all the history, why you have to go, everything. And in that 15 seconds or 1 minute duration, if they feel like it's genuine, they're going to give it approval or not. And if you get rejected one time, then you have only 6, after you can apply 6 after the 6 months. And I won in June and it was in October. So first year I missed out. In a second year, I don't want to take a risk. So I applied for a different visa, the stronger visa. It's called ON visa. It's specific for the athletes and the professional actors who have a good profile. So I applied for that visa, and it takes almost 8 months for the documentation and everything. So we did that documentation. I got my visa on the day of Olympia.
It's crazy.
So 9th.
Wow.
Yeah, 9th was a check-in.
Salt in the wound. Talk about putting salt in the wound.
Like it was really hard time for us. Like, because the thing is, back in India, people have a lot of expectations from you. Because Bhuvan Bhai is the only one who been to the Olympia and a couple of times. So it was like everyone wanted Indian should go to the Olympia, and I do qualify for it 2 times. I couldn't make it. So they have a lot of expectation. I couldn't do it. So people have a different ideology about everything. But somehow things started late, but now when we are in the USA doing great. So yeah.
Bro, I don't know how that I don't know how that officer saw you and didn't believe that you're an athlete going to the Olympic. Like you got the wide clavicle, you got the huge bubbly chest and everything. You got the look. You scream men's physique. How did this guy not know that? Is he not up on bodybuilding? Come on, man. We got to get this.
It actually depends on their mood as well. So actually, when officers have their own mood, because they have to go to the 100Ks in a single day in that particular time. So that depends on how their mood is, and according to their mood, they feel like, okay, if they're in good mood, they're gonna give approval, or else you're rejected. And I applied for the 4 times, and I couldn't make it. It was hard
Damn.
time, but
So
somehow.
what's the goal moving? What's the goal moving forward? I mean, would you need to apply for another visa this year? Let's just say, you do qualify for the Olympia again this year. Will you need to apply for another visa, or does this visa cover you for 12 months or 24?
No, I have authorities to apply for the green card right now. I have that strong visa right now. So I have a 3 years visa, but I can after the 3 years I can
Let's
definitely go for the.
go.
I can apply for the direct citizenship right now. I can apply for the green card. So yeah, so not an issue on behalf.
That's awesome. That'll make life a lot easier for you to travel around, right?
Exactly. So
There is a reason why they call him the academic physique, okay? Because this guy's smart. You're going for your MBA, right? Isn't that true?
I did my MBA in marketing.
What's in marketing?
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
Clearly a great direction that you're taking, because so many fans are looking at you. You understand the vibe and the flow of your fan base of India. How does it feel to you, and how do you absorb so many eyes on you now, that look up to you, kids that look up to you, people from India who look up to you, people here in the States look up to you now. How does this stardom impact you from an emotional and from a character perspective? Do you feel like, sometimes sometimes you catch yourself feeling yourself a little bit, or are you always this humble? Because every time I've seen you, you've been honorable and humble.
So, sir, honestly, I haven't achieved everything to fly in air right now. I haven't won anything right now. Just a 2 pro show that back in India. So when you see Ryan Terry staying humble even after winning three or Mr. Olympia, looking up to the bigger athletes, Brandon Hendrickson, if you see his profile, he has a lot of reason to go and fly in the air, but still they are always been down to earth, talk in a simple way. And I don't feel I just started yet. It's my starting phase of actual being a pro and competing in a big show. So I just want to be just grateful that people look up to me, and just want to set an example in a good way that you can be a good athlete, but make sure when you go on a stage, you can do whatever you want to be. But off stage, you have to make sure you are a human. And after everything, people gonna make sure they're gonna remember you how you were as a human, and what character and how you treated them. Eventually, it doesn't matter what kind of a mood you have, how you feeling, how tired you are, how frustrated you are. But when someone come to you, talking to you in a good way, make sure you just give them a good vibe, and make sure they remember you as a good human. Another thing, the athlete is going to be treated as on the stage in a different way. So that's what I learned from all these bad faces, good faces, that it's really important to be a good human first, then athlete going to be judges by the judges. That's it.
Beautifully said.
Facts, bro. You can definitely tell you were raised the right way, to be so humble and down to earth with all the, the stardom that you have, and you're keeping your feet on the ground. The fact that you said, you're still new to this, and you're not letting the what's the word I'm looking for, like the popularity and all that sort of stuff gets your head, man. But what I actually want to touch on the point that we were just talking about the NBA, because we asked Bulwan a similar question, and we also asked Anik a similar question. Now, obviously, the culture in India, which is very similar to culture around the world, your parents always want you to go to university, get a secure job, work hard, so on and so forth. Now, for you, I mean, you went to university, very high degree.
Yes.
How was it when you told your parents for the first time, hey guys, I'm not going to pursue this anymore. I'm instead going to go down a route which is a little bit unstable. It's completely different to the traditional upbringings in India. And you told your parents, hey, I'm going to go chase the bodybuilding life.
So the thing is, at the early age, I left my home. At the age of 15, I left my home because the family circumstances. My dad stays alone. I moved around. My brother stays in Vancouver. So, and at the early age, I lost my mom. So we all three as we all have a different life. My brother is a CA officer in Canada. My dad has his own businesses. He got a couple of businesses, but I wanted to do something on my own. So we all have that individual freedom to do whatever they have. Obviously, MBA was something I wanted to secure my background, so that generally in India, at least you need a degree, so that eventually if something happened in life, at least you can have a backup and go for the jobs. But with me, I have never did any kind of a job, and all I wanted to do, I started my teenage with the modeling and stuff. I got into a few bands, worked for them, photo shoots and all stuff. But later on, I got fond of started getting into the gym, started seeing the muscle. Then I started knowing about the physique and all stuff. So my dad never stopped me. He always have that given freedom to me that do what you feel like doing it. Just make sure you are safe and just he has a lot of support. And honestly, I'm here because of them. My brother stays in Canada and he helped me for the visa. My dad has a 24-hour, like he kept thinking about me. He's someone who is also my mom and also my dad because at early age, I never got that affection, how my mom, like what kind of a role a mom is and the lady affection, the mom careness, I really couldn't feel it because I lost her early. So my dad has been my mom and I dad everything. So he's someone because of him I'm here and he never asked me to don't do this, don't do this. He like if you feel like you can do this, just go for it. Just make sure do it with a pure heart, give it your 100% and just go for it. That's it. And yeah, when I told him, he just like make sure you do it well. And I'm gonna make it do it. And he's proud. That's really important for me.
I love that. Was your family there when you did get that pro card and you did, beat Alex on the day, or were you there by yourself?
But dad saw me in my third pro show whenever I came second. But my dad has no idea about the men's physique and all stuff, about kind of a bodybuilding all stuff. He just know, did you win? Yes, I win. And the time they then started knowing me and following me. Like then he realized I did something big because generally in India, most of the people doesn't take bodybuilding as a career. Everyone wants to get settled with a job or the family business and all stuff. And my dad has the same idea. If nothing happens, you come back to me. We're gonna do the job. We do the business family business continuity. But I never wanted to get into business because I'm not kind of a person who can do jobs and all stuff. I wanted this. I want to do this on a higher level, and I'm glad I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's beautiful, brother. I saw you. You keep great people around you clearly because your dad is an amazing father. I can already tell. Condolences for your loss. That's number one with your mom. Like that. That's devastating. I know. When you said that, you were kind of out at 15, I was out at 16. My mom's still here and we've like made amends and we're good. But, I was a wild guy back when I was young, and trying to figure stuff out in New York. And it was very chaotic back then. Anyway, fast forward, a lot of lessons learned, a lot of growth. I can see that you've got great people around you that have helped to pour water into you and see you grow. And your growth, not only in the sport, but as a human being is big. Tell us a little bit about your relationship that's your wife, correct? That I've seen you with a couple of times.
Yeah. She's like, we're about to get.
How's the relationship?
We are engaged. Yeah, we haven't got married yet, but we are engaged.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, so the plan was the day we go to the Olympia, the coming month we're gonna get married. So yeah, we missed it 2 years. We're waiting from since 2 years now. Yeah.
Damn.
Can you describe the level of support that she's given you? I mean, is she really supportive? From what I see, she's right up there with Amy Terry and Liz Hunter with being in your corner. And those are two juggernauts of women who do not play games. And I've seen her with you. That's my impression, but you know better than anyone, obviously. How do you feel?
So, sir, 2023 was the year we met. And she was the one, I wanted to get into this sport, but she was the one who asked me, why don't you compete? And I was like, this is really tough. This is not that easy. It's really a lot of things comes with. She's like, I'll support you. Let's see how it goes. She was someone who pushed me to get into my first MSL show. And she was the one who make me realize that I have a potential to go turn pro. Not just turn pro, you can go and still. And eventually, even now, even like all the shows, she's like, you can beat these guys. You can beat these guys. I'm someone who's way too practical because I know kind of a thing you can see Emmanuel Hunter, all these people are way too high standards and I've just started. But she's someone who still believes that you can beat these guys. I'm like, yeah, I can, yeah. So she has a lot of belief. She pushed me to my limits. And whenever I feel like I'm not able to push or something, I just look at her and I have to make sure I have to make sure she shouldn't get sad. She has that lot of nervousness before the show and lot of pray, and she'll cook my meals, but more than that, she also know everything about the sport. She knows that how I'm posing, I'm not posing well, the tan is not well, the shiner is not well. She got me her own shiner, so that next time the last show, the time you poke me like you need to put on the shiner, she got me the different shiner. So she's into game more than me. She knows every athlete. She knows every athlete and what kind of a flaw they have, what those strong points they have. So she knows everything about the men physique. She know how to make hearts since he started his channel, and we decided that one day we have to be in his video. The time used to set video, we at the night we used to have a cheat when I used to watch hard, and he's gonna talk about the different athletes, and I was like, we had a dream that one day we have to make sure we had his channel, and we had we make that checklist. I can show you in the future if I can. That going to the turning pro, going to the Olympia, in the middle, getting on the Heart Maker channel, get featured at the Heart Maker channel, and that somehow see things are getting up. We turn pro, we are at the Heart Maker channel with to you guys as well, and Olympia, it's on the way. I know it's gonna be getting easy. So yeah, everything happens for the reason. She's a great support, and I'm grateful for the people around me, and she has been a strength. Yeah,
boys, we're gonna have to put her on the show here in a minute, because she sounds like us, checking out the flaws and everything. I love it. I love it. That's amazing,
bro. Listening to you, man, I was getting excited for you. The fact that you had this checklist and you're just crossing off goals one by one, and to hear that one of the things that you wanted to do was to chat with Hart, man, that's incredible to hear, man. So we're all happy that you're here, and I'm glad that you're able to live out your dream, and obviously talk to Hart as well.
Phil is ascending into heaven. He's so happy. If you can't tell.
What's going on? My wife just opened the roller door at the wrong time. Hey, close the roller door.
He was talking you up so much that the heavens
opened
shine light on what he was saying. It was so angelic. Right.
Holy shit.
What was I saying? Okay, let's get serious again. I feel like that's the cheat code, man. Like, I've always said it, and I've said it to a couple people as well. Having a support in your corner will make or break an athlete. And we know how taxing bodybuilding is mentally, physically, emotionally. We're riding roller coasters all the time. There's days we're really motivated and inspired and we're driven. There's days where we feel like absolute crap towards the end of prep and we don't want to get up and do our cardio. But having that support behind you to really drive you on the days that you're down, obviously it's definitely worked, man, because now, to come back from setback after setback, visas getting knocked back, not being able to go to the Olympia, every bodybuilder's dream, it can be hard. But now the fact that you've gone into the States, you're there now, you live in the bodybuilding dream, you competed against some of the best athletes in the world. My first question is, how is it now being on American soil after so many knockbacks?
Yeah, it's a big opportunity for me. It's a great, but the first thing, it was grateful for, like, I decided when I'll be here, I won't cry. Very first thing, I decided I just want to keep smiling. The day I will cry, the day I'm gonna win the pressure. I'm just trying to keep my emotions tight because it was really hard time, because financially I drained myself. I have cried a lot because I couldn't make it to the Olympia twice. It was really big thing for me, but like coming from the India, doing on my own, and couldn't make it to the Olympia. It sounds really easy. Okay, I couldn't make it. You're gonna go again. So it was, when you miss that 2 participation medal and chance of standing on your own with a great athletes and opportunity of learning, growing, knowing the people, and a lot of stuff opportunities. It was really hard for me because I'm young, and I could have used that opportunity in a very, very, very good way. And then this year could have been different if I had been to the Olympia as well. But but I'm really grateful I'm here and doing the shows, and I'm grateful that people are loving my physique, people are loving the things I'm doing. And I just did to show, but people started knowing me and people started loving me. Now I'm grateful to going to the more shows, and I can keep competing till my body can take, and because Coach Cuts asked me, okay, now we're going to stop. So yeah, grateful for this opportunity, grateful to God for everything.
Well, That was actually my next question. Obviously, the first year working with Cuts, obviously the best men's physique coach in the world at this current time. I mean, he's had so many pro show wins, obviously working with the best athletes in the world. What's your experience been working with Cuts over the last 12 months?
Absolutely a professionalism. No matter what, you have to, no emotions aside, everything aside. You have to be practical. You have to obey everything if you want to be at a top level. I've seen a lot of people working under him, and I've seen why they are really successful, because you have to make sure what he asks, you have to make sure you have to give him 100%. If you are giving 100%, you can see the result automatically. He's someone who has a week to week plan. He know how to adjust the body according to the situations. He very first thing, he tried to learn your body more in a starting phase more than you. He tried to calculate every part on what certain things, on what certain situation body gonna react, how you gonna look on this, how you gonna look to in a starting phase. You need to give him time to understand and read the body. What he did in the first show, the time he realized, okay, now I know what we need to do. Second show, he got me picked it. Even first show we did that, but we couldn't make it. A few details of his plan and all stuff. But second show, he makes sure that I should do what I should do. That's the best thing about him. He's really quick learner, and about the bodies, he has a really great eye. And something you can't do it. A regular guy can't do that. And grateful for that, like, because he's so involved in the game. He just try to stay in his zone and learn. Just focus on a really small details. Even being an athlete, you can't even understand it. He just fixed my pose right after the Charlotte. He just gave me on a call, and he said, send me a voice note. See, this is something I want you to do. You're not doing this. I want you to do this. Charlotte show, we did that. Next day, we fixed the pose and we kept practicing. Wednesday, we did that. So yeah, grateful for his knowledge, and all I want to do is just do what he asked me to do. Don't do anything. Just don't put your mind. He given you the map. Just keep following the route. He's gonna make sure that I'll be at the top. It's like an investment for me to be with him. I'm just starting this from this year, and I know in a couple of years we have a great successful being successful together. That's for sure.
I love that, man. I love that.
All right.
Amit, you got the wonderful wife. You have
Yes, sir.
Cuts by your side. You got the visa, soon to be green card, and now you got the Manifest shorts. How does it feel to wear Alex Toplin's Manifest shorts, who, by the way, we're all teammates with Manifest? Not only did you beat the guy, and then a year or two later, he signs you as an athlete. How does it feel to throw on the Manifest shorts? Because they look fantastic on you.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the time I met Alex and backstage, it was really we have a different kind of a bond. I don't know why. Like, I feel really good talking to him. I can feel like I can express to him the things. And the time he launched his brands and everything, before launching the Manifest, he spoke to me. I can say, is it okay if you can come up, and I was planning for doing the Manifest kind of a board short thing, and you can wear my board shorts and all stuff. So I was like, whenever you just tell me, I'll be up there. So it was planned that the coming Olympia, I'm gonna wear his board short, but I couldn't make it at Olympia. But yeah, it's the fitting and everything is so grateful, like absolutely amazing. Because with me, like, I'm really choosy with the board shorts, with the colors and every stuff. I just go for according to the background of the shows. I go to the past shows and what kind of background they use. During the Tri-City, I know they have a blue kind of a background, so I went for the blue. And Charlotte, they have a red, black, and white kind of a thing, so I went for the black. So Charlotte, so wash have a different kind of a background, so I'm going for I try to make sure that every show have a different kind of a board shots, so that I can merge my body according to the background. I can show better way. But Manifest, it's absolutely great. The fitting, I can just ask him, I want this kind of fitting, I want this kind of fitting. They're like, okay, you got it. And within a day, they got shifted. Absolutely amazing. Love the brand, and I'm so grateful to be part of the Manifest.
I love it. You know, it's crazy. I hope every competitor who's watching this video just got their pen and paper out and just took some notes. Did you hear what Amit just said, boys? What did he just say?
The fact it's the best shorts in the world.
The best shorts, period.
I know we were, but the background.
How he's
paying attention to the background and picking the best shorts to stand out, and all that stuff.
So Amit, my question regarding that is, with the Utah Wasatch Pro Show.
What are we wearing? What are we wearing?
In that background, exactly. Are you going to be pulling out the purples? Are you going to be pulling out those purple 29-inch?
They have a more of a fiery kind of a thing, right? So we have already
So you're going to put the
ordered it. Yeah, not ordered it. I have ordered, and it's gonna be coming tomorrow. So we have a different.
The man's done his
Woo!
research.
Yeah.
The man's done his You know what's funny? Listening to men's physique competitors and just guys in the men's physique world, man, we're a different breed. Listen to how in-depth we talk about board shorts. Like, you'll never see a classic physique guy talk about their trunks. You'll never see a bodybuilder talk about their trunks. But then when it comes to men's physique, we're talking about the quality, the color, the fit, just the works, man. We're definitely a different breed, but I'm with you, man. Manifest, when Alex sent all three of us our board shorts, like, the minute I put them on, I'm like, damn, these are something different. Like, I've tried a lot of board shorts on, a lot of them are baggy. And the fact that obviously now, like, legs do play some sort of a part when it comes to the silhouette, and the fact that they're tighter and they mold around the leg, like, you can tell the guys at Manifest have made they've done a lot of research in producing some of the best shorts in the world. What's your favorite color of the board shorts?
I usually have most of the shows I've been going for the black and white because it's for me it suits me more. But now with the Manifest, I have never wore blue and never wore the color I'm gonna wear in the coming show. But wherever the board short suits, like the Manifest, any kind of a board shorts, it's gonna be which is looking fitting in me. I guess gonna be my favorite. So every show have a different favorite board shorts. You can take that.
I quick question in terms of the changes. I want to go back to what you and Cuts were working on and the changes that you made to the posing. What was the key change that you guys made, and what did you do different with the posing to accentuate the change?
So with me, I never had a posing coach. All the posing, everything I've been doing on my own since my mature days till now, till the Charlotte. Everything I have watched my YouTubes, watching all the Olympia footages from all the individuals from one to the last. If they have a 70, 75, I'm going to watch every athlete, how they're posing. And I have to see what I don't have to do. What I have to do. More than that, what I don't have to do. So I keep doing that. And I can see I have this kind of, okay, this is something, this is my strong point. This is my strong point. I'm going to do that. I have more of a fiber striation. So how I can show that in a strength. And with the Cuts, he was like, he just fixed my pose. I used to stand very front on, but now he just wanted me, twisted me a bit, and he changed my front pose. With the back, we're not sure with the first show how we're going to be. The time I stand with the two great backs, I realized, okay, this is something I need to work on. And I don't have that bigger lats right now, but I do have that muscle but I was not able to pop it up. So he changed a bit. He asked me to lifted me up a bit so I can just open up my lats a bit. I used to drop this so I can put my tricep on the lats so I can just show a bit of width. But now he just asked me to hold it here and just go straight chest up. So now I can just pop it and I can show my lats go a bit flare. So this was a small detail because I can see more of a back side. I can see more of a front side. And it was hard for me to do that in back. But now we got it. So yeah, it needs an eye, and I have one right now with me.
One of the things I noticed from one week to the next is that in the first show, you pinched a little bit and your lats definitely didn't flare out as much as they did. So glad. And obviously we had that conversation and we talked about it on the show. And it was great to see that you guys said, because you definitely have the girth pause to accentuate and show off those lats because they are there. The other thing that we were talking about on the show too is you have a very beautiful polished front shot where you keep your chest up, and a lot of people crunch down and cinch down on their abs to try to show off the core since it's such a focal point in men's physique, not realizing that when you're in condition and you're in shape like you were when you were in the in your amateur show and then you went and turned pro that same day and won the pro show, you got harder because you're in condition. And when you're in condition, the abs are going to be there. You don't have to worry about crunching down and all like that. You just have to let it flow. Do you think that the competitor Jamal Hill, who was behind you, who came in fourth, would have do you think that was the reason why you beat him out? I mean, I think that there's a few different things here. No shade to Jamal, looked amazing. Obviously, he came in fourth. He beat Dan Ibrahim. But did you feel like he was close to you in the show, or do you feel like you had enough distance between you two with your polish, your look, and everything that it wasn't really a concern at the time?
Actually, I haven't seen how close Jamal and me, but he was absolutely amazing, freaky body, amazing, beautiful physique. But I just saw one of the episode, like he was trying to crunch himself more to show that trying to obliques, and I can see the body is going to a bit in a different mode. So the balance was going on one side. So it's just, I guess, posing something he need to work on, and he's got beautiful physique. He was close, but I don't want to say it, but yeah, he was. He just need to work on his posing because he got a beautiful physique. But I'm talking about the close.
Yeah.
Okay. The front, I still feel like I'm really going on a good point. I'm just gonna compare myself to Carlos and Emmanuel because for the front, I still feel I can be better, and I can go close to these guys, the Emmanuel and the Carlos. Yeah, I'll take that way.
I got to ask you something about posing, Amit. There was one pose that I was looking out for, and I didn't see it over the last two shows. The little chest thing that we do. Don't tell me Cuts told you to take that out. And are we seeing that back this weekend in Utah?
Well, he does it on the sides though. He does it on the sides of the shorts.
What do you? Oh no, yeah. I'm talking about the chest one. I want to see the chest one back.
Now he does it on the side of his short.
That's actually the beard. Actually, that's not a chest. It's a beard actually.
Oh, it's the beard. There you go.
It's like this, so I can just shake it off. But if I did if I did that posing here, it's just gonna be like, okay, leave. They're gonna like push, throw me out of the stage, bro. In India, we can do all that stuff because right. In India we can do all that stuff, but I have to be really professional here. And if I did this, judges are like, okay, go this way. I don't know, take a risk. And the first show was in front of a Tyler. I would have to keep it really simple. And I want to keep it really simple and clean so that they can just see front, back, and just leave me. That's it.
No, that's I completely respect that. Maybe we'll bring it back one day. Who knows? But my question to you, man. Obviously, you said that obviously in terms of your posing routines, like it was always self-taught throughout your whole bodybuilding career, your men's physique career. Who did you get the most inspiration from growing up? Now, obviously, leading into the first couple of shows, we all had role models. Firstly, who were your role models growing up when you did come into the sport? And number two, who did you get inspiration from to kind of utilize some of their transitions and move in your own posing?
So very first, obviously, Jeremy Bundia was the first. Everyone saw him. And the 2017 is a posing routine I saw, and I wanted to do. Everyone wanted to do that. Every men physique of this generation doing it right now. Everyone wanted to be Jeremy Bundia at a certain point of time. So I started with Jeremy Bundia, Jeremy Potwin, because he's someone who's like freaky chest and all this stuff, small waist, and we used to look up to it. And with the abs thing, Ryan Terry was always been the ideal because kind of abs structure and used to get that middle gap and everything. It used to be freaky. And Sergi Constant, if you know, like he used to be someone like really grainy, hard kind of a guy and more kind of a model. I used to keep myself like that, like the beard and the face kind of a stuff. So these were the guys. And when coming back to the India, Bhuvan Chauhan was the first who I started watching him because he was someone who did everything. So sorry. So Bhuvan Bhai was someone who I watched. Yeah, Bhuvan Bhai was someone I watched him growing, and I wanted to be like, he's someone who's given up the map to the Indian athletes. Okay, this is a way how you do it. So these are the guys for the men physique way. I used to admire the most. I still admire them the most. Yeah,
I love that, man. It's crazy because it's like it's almost like the old age tale. It's like make your idols become your rivals, and the fact that Jeremy Potwin was one of your idols growing up, and then 2 weeks ago competed at the Charlotte Pro, standing side by side. I think he came third and you came in at fourth at that show. How was it standing and competing against one of your idols growing up?
It was it was like my one of my few friends know that I want to be how admirable I'm towards Jeremy Potvin. They're like, bro, you're living your dream. I said, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything because he's my competitor right now. On stage, I don't care he's Jeremy Potvin or not. But off stage, I have a massive, massive respect for the Jeremy Potvin. Eventually, I feel like it could be, I've been either way. But yeah, it was such a great moment. I was so grateful for all these moments, man. Watching people grow, copying their posing, watching what you watch, like copying their workouts and everything. And now standing with them on the same stage, talking to them, and they know me. That's something gave me more motivation to just go again and again and again for the every year. Just keep doing it, keep doing it. So, bro, it was like, I don't know how to express all these things, but yeah, I'm not that expressive, but great. I'm just happy with what I'm doing right now and happy to what I'm going to do in future right now. Yeah. So great experience.
Yeah. I got to tell you, man, you do this move, and you and I were talking about it, and I was telling you how much I appreciate it. But when you are facing the curtain and then you transition back and you do this, like your stage presence is really there, and you put your hands behind your back, the lower lats and the Christmas tree really flares out. You did it better in Charlotte, just humble opinion, than you did in Columbus, because you flexed and you tensed them, I think. But it's such a beautiful look that you do that accentuates, and then you spin around you pivot and spin around and plant your foot. It's such a hard move. How long did it take you to be able to do that spin? Because that's not an easy spin. This is it right here. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
When you do this spin, I don't know if you can see it right there.
I can see it.
But you're facing the curtain. The hands go behind the back. That is and then you do the spin with your opposite foot, and it lands perfectly. That is such a difficult move to pull off. People don't understand. I've tried that move before, and I've looked, not the same way you do it, but the reverse spin. That's such a badass move. How long did it take you to get that, bro? How did you even come up with that?
I just did it like just coming before this, before the States. I did it 2 weeks back. I started doing it and just got to start doing it. And randomly, like I just watched and just tried doing it. I wanted to show this more of a striations, because when I have a bodybuilding pose, when you squeeze like this, so you can see the striations. So I just put my hand behind and I do the squeeze. I just try doing it and just turn around, and later I just clean it up, and that's it. It just took me like 2 sessions of posing on my own, and I got it. So it's really easy because I can move my body really good. Like I know my body, where I have to. I also know where my foot should be exactly at the certain point, because I have to get in my front pose as well. So I know I have to do this and I have to get in my front pose. So I end my front pose on that particular leg. So yeah, it was not so heavy.
That's the difficult part. Dude. That's the exact part that I'm talking about, is being able to land that right foot when you swing around, and being able to land that right foot perfectly so that it sets you up for your front pose. Such a difficult move. And I don't know how you got it so smooth in such a short period of time. Obviously, you are the academic physique. Okay. So you have earned that. I know you're dissecting it and everything, but bro, I don't know how you did it in such a short period of time. It's impressive.
It's very simple. I just move my feet according to clockwise. It's 9 and 1. So I know I have to keep my feet at the 1 o'clock and second feet at the 9 o'clock. So it's really simple. So I don't have to go 2, not even 12. So that's how I keep my feet according to clockwise. So it's really simple.
That's fine.
Yeah.
What you got, Hart? What were you going to say?
I was going to say, Amit, I want you to picture something. Envision this in your head. You're at the Mr. Olympia. You're a multi-time Olympian. You're placing in the top 5. You're one of the guest speakers that they have on like Wednesday or Thursday night, and there's fans, and the men's physique audience are just filling the crowd. And this men's physique amateur raises his hand and says, "Hey, Amit, I have a question for you. You have some of the best stage presence I've ever seen by a men's physique pro," which I believe you truly do have, bro. Like I love watching your routine. Just the little things you do. You turn around, you nod your head, just the little things you do, bro. The chin thing where you shuffle it off. If a fan, a men's physique competitor is asking you, how do I get the stage presence like you? How can you help me with my stage presence? What would you tell them?
So it's see, you get chance to once like that particular 1 minute to get on stage. but you can make sure when you're doing your posing routine, consider yourself you're on a stage every time. Every freaking time. If you see my routine, when I post normal practice routine videos on Instagram as well, you'll see me doing the same movements, nodding head, giving a smile. So when I'm doing my routine practices all the time, morning to evening, post workout, everything, I make sure I consider myself I'm doing on a stage. So you don't have to get nervous about it. You have already done it a couple of times, so you already like naturally it comes out. So all you have to just most of the people get nervous about they do themselves look at the ground and they don't you get 15 seconds on the stage and you're doing that prep for 16-20 weeks. How can someone just ruin that particular 15 seconds of thing because of the nervousness? So it's really important to
Facts.
just do your routine practices, everything. Consider yourself you're going for the individual posing. I do 3 to 4 rounds. I do the individual twice. I do the first call outs. I also do the comparisons. So in my head. So this is kind of a 3 to 4 times I keep doing that every day. So my body is generally automatically used to it, because when I go to the stage, I know I've done it a couple of times. So that automatically comes naturally. So yeah, it's really important what you do in the background that showcase on your stage. Most of the people don't do that. And I learned it really quickly. That's really good thing, I feel.
Man, you hit it on the head. How long do you hold those positions for when you're doing the comparisons by yourself? How long do you hold those positions?
So I start with the routine, then Komal just put on the timer on the front pose. So 30 seconds, 35 seconds front pose, then turn, then 35 seconds, then again we turn, and 25, then again we turn with 25, then coming to the 15. That's how we do one round. And that's how we do three to 4 rounds, depending on how I'm feeling right now. So the routine, the comparisons, then again holding up. So that's how I do. So yeah, because generally, even they're comparing, awesome. They're going to compare us for the 20 seconds, hardly 15 seconds. But I make sure I stretch myself, the breathing, everything to the 35 seconds, so the body used to it. So that's what I'm doing right every day. Even during the off season, I do that.
That's awesome. Do you do? The other question I just wanted to follow up with this is: do you do? Are you doing any vacuum holds as well?
Every morning, even now. Since almost been almost 6-7 months, I started doing vacuum. So 3 sets three sets I just do lying down and doing it. And when I straight get freshen up in the morning, I do 5 sets of vacuum, holding it for 10 to 15 seconds each round. So 5 sets of vacuum. Then I do my plank, and I try to do vacuum during the plank, so I get that wholeness on my core really strong. So yeah, that's what I'm doing every day, every freaking day. Even now, before the show, on the day of show day, every day. Yeah.
Have you noticed the striations coming out more on the obliques and the anterior serratus and all? Like really seeing those lines come out more since doing those holds?
Yes, actually, I get more hold on. I can have more control on my obliques, and I can see the tightness and the depth is getting more because of the vacuum and everything. So it's really been helpful for me since I started doing it. So yeah, great move actually.
Bro, that's some really, really good advice for a lot of competitors out there, not only men's physique competitors, not only IFBB pros, NPC guys as well, because you can work your ass off for 16, 20 weeks and dial down and do your cardio twice a day and do your steps and drop your carbs and your calories and whatnot. But there's no point having the best physique in the world if you can't present it properly to the judges. And you see it very, very, with the pros, you don't see it as often, but especially with NPC guys, like you see them struggling to pose. You see them struggling to stick their poses. You can tell they're breathing through their stomach and they're losing their abs, the works. But the fact that, coming from someone like yourself, and we know how incredible your stage presence is, to just really remind people that, hey, like this is the most important part. Showing off the physique, holding the contractions, showing off those striations, transitioning, flowing the work. So it's really, really good to hear that you are putting the work behind the scenes, not only in the gym, but also, with your posing and whatnot. Now that you're in the States, bro, I got to ask you, you've done 3 shows at the moment. You've done the Charlotte Pro, you Tri-City last week, you're doing Wasatch this week. How many more shows do you have lined up while you're in the States?
I have a couple of more shows. You're gonna see me more every week, probably, because I want to use this opportunity as much as I can, and like with the like Cuts have all the shows approval already. Let's see where I end up. Where he asked me to when he asked me to stop. That day he asked me that time he asked me, okay, now you have to take a rest. You're gonna take a rest. But before that, though, I have to make sure I have to win one show here only, at least probably 2 shows. That's the plan for right now. I'm here for the win. I'm not here for the 4th, 3rd, 2nd. I need a 1 win. I won't go back without that. That's really a first thing I said myself before living in India. No matter what, I have to win 1 show here, no matter what. So that's the main goal for
I love
right
that
now.
mentality.
Yeah,
champion mentality.
100%.
Let's go.
No,
Let's go.
after all the setbacks, like you're finally in the country, you've got to leave with 1 win. Nothing less than that. I love that.
yeah.
Hart, what you got?
That's really important.
When you get those 2 wins, Amit, and you secured your Olympia qualification, I want to know, what is your favorite American dish that's on your mind? It's not even American. It's so funny. I'm living here in Thailand. I'm finding out America really doesn't have a culture. So, but anyways, what do you want? You want a burger? You want a pizza? Like, what are you feeling once you get that Olympia qualification? What's on your mind? Do you have anything on your mind?
Currently not, because after every
medal,
show I
that's
get
what's on his mind.
Yeah, currently actually, after every show, I just think about I'm getting close. I'm getting close. I just win right now. After that, everything gonna be, even if I have a protein or anything, a small chocolate, then I'll be grateful. They're gonna taste like most amazing thing for me, because I wanna really badly I wanna taste to win. That's for sure right now. And after that, whatever the food you
Amit,
can give me, bro, that's really important.
You are so locked in, bro, because we talked to and we watched a lot of Olympians or men's physique pros stories, and they're trying to qualify for the Mr. Olympia. And I'm talking to you and I'm asking you what type of food you want. And you're like, I want to taste the damn W. That's the type of food I want. And I'm looking at these other pro stories and they're posting like chocolate and pizza. It's like, it just tells me, bro, your mind it's at a different level of focus and discipline and being locked in. So there's no doubt in my mind, bro, you're going to get a couple wins and you're going to go back to India. Bro, imagine, I don't know if you are this far into the future. I know me and the guys are, but I'm already imagining you flying back to India and the praise and the people that are going to be around you, knowing that they have an Indian men's physique Olympian coming back to India. Boys, can you imagine that? I can feel it now. I can feel it now.
God. Oh my God. And more so, I want to see it.
But it will be great if I get a win and going back. That's important for me.
Oh, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, like if you get the win and you go back and it's against good competition, bro, like the eyes and the spotlight are on you. Do you agree, Phil? Can you see that?
I couldn't see it any other way, to be honest with you. Like you said, like how locked in this guy is. Like he's determined. He's bounced back from being knocked back from the country multiple times. He's got that Olympia qualification. Now that he's finally on US soil, I don't see you going home with anything less than the win, to be honest with you. Hopefully even 2 wins. If you can win 2 pro shows in the States and then go back home with that Olympia qualification, man, like just knowing you and talking to you for the last hour, man, like it's destined to happen. And you got the manifest shorts on. We're all big in manifestation. So it'll kind of all make sense, right?
It all coincides.
Yeah,
here we go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Are you planning on doing any shows here on the East Coast, like coming back to the East Coast after Utah? Or are you going to stay closer to the West Coast?
Maybe South. I have a couple of shows planned. So 2 more shows back to back. Let's see which shows are lined up. So today only I registered for the upcoming show. So yeah, I'm gonna fly there. So, and again, I have 1 more show planned for coming week as well. So 2 weeks is packed. Let's see how does it goes. And so yeah, watch and 2 more shows. So I have 3 more shows coming up. Maybe
I have
4.
1 last question.
Yeah,
maybe 4. Let's go. I'm sure I'm going to see you at least at 2 of those. My last question that I have, gentlemen, and I know we all do, because this is fire. I mean, we could go on and on and on with you, Amit. Such a great vibe and great energy, brother. But speaking of vibe and energy, tell me about your spirituality and where you are in that space. I see the energy that you have, you and your wife Amit, it give off is what I meant, Amit, and pun intended, I guess. And you guys just have this beautiful energy that radiates from you. Tell us a little bit about your spirituality and your spiritual journey.
I have been grown up in a spiritual energy. So my dad has a big belief in a God. We have our own build up in temple, and my wife is someone who has been in our spirituality 24/7. Even before the show, she has something different, spiritual morning and everything. And with me, uh, I have I have a strong belief. The kind of a hard work I do, that's my spirituality. So what I do, that's kind of a prayer for me. How honestly I do, that's a prayer for me. And how great and how with a pure intent I do, that's a spirituality for me. And that's how I feel I catch the energy. And whenever feel like I don't feel like having a good energy, I just leave that place. I leave that person without even giving an explanation to or anything. I try to protect my energy, my people, and who are surrounded by me, and that's my spirituality for me. I have obviously God. I have a big belief in God because He has given me. I can see, literally can feel what kind of a plan He made me. He broke me twice. He actually uh, test me, teach me what his patients are, how to control yourself, how to control your mind, and He also tested me how willingly I am going to I'll go after my dreams. So yeah, and I made sure that God should be happy with my hard work and everything. So that's the spirituality for me. That's everything. Yeah.
Bro, he's definitely one of us, bro. He's part of the horde. He is definitely one of us.
Bro, hearing you talk, man, that
Wow.
I had a question, and this is my last question, and we'll give it to Hart to finish it off. But you segued it perfectly into what I was going to ask you, man, because you can tell the type of person you are. I mean, spiritually, you're mentally headstrong. The works, like you said, God broke you down twice, and you came back bigger and better than ever before. Knowing how resilient you've been. Like we said earlier, I mean, qualified for the O twice, weren't able to attend. Visas knocked back. You've got to be a special type of person. You've got to be built different. You've got to be resilient. For the people out there, whether it be a bodybuilder, whether it be a men's physique fan, whether it be just your everyday person, what's the biggest piece of advice you can give that person who's going through hard times, who's been knocked down time and time again, trying to move forward, but they feel like they just can't, they're stuck in mud? Based on your experiences, man, what's the biggest piece of advice you can give those people?
Make sure you never stop working and believe in yourself. Simple. See, now people are seeing the good things. People are watching me. Okay, I'm doing great in the States. Tomorrow my time change. Back time wasn't that good. People weren't talking about me. No one knew about me. But back then I was working. Now I'm working. In future, even though I've achieved everything, no matter what not going to happen, the consistency, the purity, the effort with the 100% going to be the same every day because it's a non-stop thing. The time going to be obviously not every day going to be same. Not you can expect every day going to be 100% in your favor, and not going to be God never going to be kind every time. But make sure you are kind to yourself with your work, with your things, because actually God tests you in your bad times and see, are you worth enough to give you the success or not? And if you get the success, make sure you stay humble and stay grateful for the people who were back then in your bad times, and just be grateful for what you have. So consistent hard work with your self-belief, and make sure just to keep going in your bad times and just talk to the God. I'm willing to give my 100% no matter what. I'm just going to keep working. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have to do.
That is beautiful, man.
I'm just going to close this thing off. I mean, this was a very powerful interview filled with wisdom, with knowledge, personal stories. If you're a men's physique fan, if you're a fitness fan, if you're someone on YouTube who just stumbles upon this video, you were blessed. Amit Agre has a show this weekend in Salt Lake City, Utah. He is there now. Just got a workout in Butler Pro Gym. Shout out to Brunson Butler, who owns the gym. And we're rooting for you, brother. I don't know how anyone could, root against who you are as a person, first of all, your beliefs, your character, everything there. And then obviously secondary, your physique. When we think about men's physique, Aleem said it perfectly in the very beginning. The first thing we are a fan of is the flow of the physique, is the aesthetics. And Amit, you are Mr. Aesthetic heading into this show. Last thing I want to say, I want to ask the GAFA and I want to ask Avomp, who's winning the Wasatch Warrior this year?
Woo! I think we need to ask Amit who's winning the Wasatch Warrior.
Depends on the judges.
Who you got winning, buddy?
See, I'm going for the win. I'm not going for the second place. Obviously, I'm not here to just to hand him the win. And I'm not. I'll be honest. It won't be an easy win for him. Obviously, I have a massive respect for the Carlos. But I'm watching him since lot of this all these years, and he also been a really humble guy and a really great guy off the stage, on the stage as well. But on the stage, I have to make sure it shouldn't be easy for him and neither for me. But yeah, if judges see for the men physique criteria and they see code aesthetic, the things ought to be changed. Yeah.
There you go.
I love it.
Brother Amit, man, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on today's call, man. Like Hart said, filled with wisdom, knowledge, bodybuilding, life, the works, man. And on behalf of myself, the GAFA, Hart, we're really, really looking forward to seeing you on stage this weekend. We're looking forward to seeing your US tour unfold, and even more so, bro, we're looking forward to seeing you at the 2026 Mr. Olympia.
Appreciate. Yeah, before I leave, I wanted to say you guys are making this so beautiful. Like, I've seen a lot of people doing things, talking about the physics and everything, but you all three of you have a so amazing eye of the physique. You make athlete feel like a UFC athlete. You create the hype. You create a cinematic movie kind of feel. When being an athlete, you feel like going to something really important and big day for us. And you have that eye, bro, because I've seen like the kind of the things you talk, kind of a points you have. It's actually the same. The judges have the same point of view, because I met Alim as well. We have same point of view, and Tyler Mann has the same point of view about my physique. So I'm just grateful for you guys. You're doing such a great thing, and you have inspired me since long back then. Since watching Hard since back then, and doing it now, still doing it and motivating people. Thank you so much, guys, for doing it for the men physique, and you guys are making men physique huge, and you making us famous and making us realize the people potential and how potential we have as an. Thank you for what you're doing, guys. Just keep doing it. Just keep inspiring us. Thank you so much.
We appreciate that so much, brother. Thank you so much. Hey, you know what? Can you do us a small favor and do the fans a small favor and say something in your native tongue in Hindi for the fans who are going to be watching you and watching this? Can you say something for them in your native tongue?
So मेरे इंडियन जितने भी भाई लोग सबको पता ही होगा मैं किस प्लेटफॉर्म पे और मैं क्या चल रहा है यहाँ पे एंड सच इतनी बड़ी बात है मैं इंडियन होके आज इंटरनेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म पे इन लोगों के साथ हूँ इतने लेजेंड्स के साथ हूँ हार्ट मैगलाल फिल एंड मेक श्योर कि आप सब्सक्राइब करो चैनल को उतना प्यार करो और शेयर करो सो दैट हम लोग बीइंग इंडिया में हम लोग स्प्रेड कर पाए और आगे जाके और इंडियन एथलीट्स आ पाए और जस्ट yeah, thank you so much, guys. And yeah, people of India loves you. You know that. You already know that. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, brother.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Great interview.
Amit Agre gets me hype. Let's go.
Let's go.